We just watched Dr. Sleep. Yeah, we got into an early screening of this movie thanks to Katie.
Yes,
amazing wife. I love her so much. She's just like, yeah, you're welcome, bitches. There's a lot to unpack with this movie, but as we always do, we're going to kind of keep it brief and short for you here. No spoilers, no nothing like that, even though we got an early release, all right? So I think the first thing off the bat, and it's kind of a shared feeling from all of us, and especially Katie, because she's a huge fan of these books, and she's kind of our tie-in to that world because we haven't read them. This movie respects all of the different media that it's drawing from. It respects the movie, it respects the book Dr. Sleep, and it respects the original The Shining as well in book form. And it's an incredible way of weaving all those together into not only a cohesive package, but again, one that respects the source material, and all of them being that. Just want to shout that out for Katie here. Mm-hmm. Ransom, what was your big takeaway from this movie? What did you love?
My big takeaway, I gotta say, the camera angles. If you've ever watched The Haunting of Hill House, you know that Mike Flanagan is amazing at these kind of things.
Gotta watch that one.
Yeah. And the cinematography and the camera angles, he does such a wonderful job of blending what you get from The Shining and putting it in and implementing that into this movie.
Yeah.
And that's really cool to see.
Yeah, it's almost like he literally copied and pasted it, but you can tell that it wasn't that simple. It was a recreation, as if it was a homage.
Yeah. It really meshed together really well.
You know what also helped with those fucking great angles and cinematic moments? Yeah. Amazing acting. Oh! Incredible acting by all parties here. Yeah. The first two off the bat have to obviously be Ewan McGregor and Rebecca Ferguson in the two respective roles here. Man, Ewan as Danny Torrance is just incredible. He has so much of a depth of personality. It's like I'm watching Trainspotting again in a sense. Because it's like this character does go on a journey. You're with him for that journey, and you can see in his actions and in the way he portrays his face and inflection, all the things going on inside of his mind, Not only the cinematography we were just talking about, but it's a marriage, and it blends it perfectly.
Yeah.
And to copy that, by the same token, Rebecca Ferguson in her role, and she was so into this role as Rose the Hat, you can tell, because there was a warmth to her character for people that she cares about, in a sense, but she is a villain through and through, and she's obviously here to do one thing. And I will never forget one particular moment with a certain staircase, and the way she literally walked, it was so phenomenal. To an uncanny degree. It's like she fucking studied The Shining 12 times over and then shot that tape. It was so incredibly perfect. But it's weird because it's her character still. Mm-hmm. And then I do have to shout out not only just all the other incredible guest talent here and all the side actors and characters, incredible, but also Abra as well. I am forgetting the girl's name that portrays her, but she is freaking incredible. Man, what a rising star she's going to be. Yeah, incredible.
She's really great in this.
That certain moment with a certain someone where they kind of did a certain psychic thing and literally acted like that person, for her to do that, incredible. Mm-hmm. Just gotta say. We got a lot of great positives. It's hard to keep them in check. What are maybe our criticisms of the movie?
Alright, so for me, I didn't necessarily feel this way, but I could totally see a lot of moviegoers going into this movie, and the beginning, it really is showing that setup of the time that's passed, and still building those characters that are in this movie. And so there's a lot of, jumping from here to here to here. And then once it gets into the rhythm of a very linear story, it starts to feel a bit slowed down comparatively. And I can totally understand how a lot of people going into this movie will kind of feel a bit of that, roller coaster effect where you, get done with it.
It's like a hill, and then another hill, and then another hill, and then there's a bigger hill.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, okay.
But it's obvious that it's a hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree to a certain point, and much akin to our roller coaster reference, I would say marrying on what Ransom's talking about here is like this feeling of the beginning being a character building study rather than some of the other things that you love about The Shining or what you would have read in Doctor Sleep. It takes a minute for it to gain its foothold in a sense, but it's hard for me to say that's a criticism because I love the character building there. Yeah. I can watch Ewan McGregor act that stuff all day long and be happy. Just give me Trainspotting 3. I don't care. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So ultimately, when we come down on this movie, what is our score here? I am incredibly impressed with this movie.
I am too. Honestly,
I'm going with a 10.
I'm going with a 10 too.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is one of the rare 10 movies this year, and I'm so happy it's this one.
Yes.
This movie is a celebration of not only the movie you know and love, but the book so many Stephen King's fans know and love. It's incredible that he loves this movie.
Yeah, well, and it's one of those big examples that while you don't have to have a shot-by-shot, adaptation, you can still respect a book or, its original content while still bringing your own thing to the table, and that's really shown in this movie.
Again, it's one of the reasons why we liked last year's Suspiria so much.
Yes.
We came out of this movie, I looked over at Ransom, and I'm like, is this a thing that every year I'm going to have a movie that I love incredibly much when it's at the end of October, early November? I think so. It's beginning to look that way.
Yeah.
So, I love this movie. It's a worthy watch, right?
It's a worthy watch. And if you want more from Mike Flanagan, check out Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. Really incredible stuff.
After this movie, I'm going to.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for watching our review here. Stay tuned for more from us. Go watch Dr. Sleep, obviously. And stay tuned to our podcast as well. Every weekend, we are doing weekly podcasts over on Worthy Watchers Weekly. And you can just search for that at either iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher is what we have them on right now. And hey, next weekend, Katie's coming on. It's going to be a little bit of a change.
Yeah, I'll be busy with work and music and stuff, so.
It sounds gross, but then also it's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. See you on the next video.
See ya.